Now we are going to see the calculation of Fibonacci series using the concept of recursion. First of all, let me just revise what Fibonacci series is. Suppose the first two terms in the sequence are 0 and 1. The third term or any term can be calculated by adding any two preceding terms or just preceding terms. Now third term is calculated with the previous two preceding terms. The value is 0 plus 1, 1. Now what is the fourth term, second and third terms? Addition, 1 plus 1, 2. Next, what is the fifth term? It will become 3, 5, so on. Now we have to calculate that Fibonacci series. Now n value holds the number of terms in the Fibonacci sequence. Now suppose if I want first 4 terms in the Fibonacci sequence, that is 0, 1, 1, 2 will be printed. So how should we deal with that? Now I am taking a function called fib and I am giving the number of terms to it. That's why it is integer, the parameter. And the value I get back, we will discuss it. Now n value refers to the number of terms. Now I am taking that to be 4. The number of terms should be 4 and I am taking the loop control variable to be c is equal to 1 and it should be less than or equal to n. What does that mean? Means that number of terms, first term, second term, third term, fourth term, means the loop will be iterated 4 times. Why? Because we need 4 terms of the Fibonacci sequence. Now initially I have taken I value as 0. Now we will see what happens. For c is equal to 1, we are calculating fib of I. What is the initial value of I? 0. Now this is a function call. I will go to the function definition. Int n. What is value of n? 0. If n is equal to 0 or 1, you have to return n itself. So what value will be returned back? 0. What will be printed? 0. 0 will be printed. Next, I plus plus. What do you mean by I plus plus? 0 becomes 1. Next time C value becomes 2. I value becomes 1. Now for this, what value will be calculated? Fib of 1. That is a function call. When I come to the function definition, n value is not 0 but 1. So what will be returned back? 1 value and 1 value. So what happens? What value will be printed? 1 will be printed. For the next iteration, c is equal to 3, I becomes 2. Now what I will try to write? Fib of 2 will be called. If Fib of 2 is called, what happens? It is not equal to 0, not equal to 1. I will go to the else part. What happens? Fib of n minus 1 plus Fib of n minus 2. What does that mean? Fib of 2 will call Fib of 2 minus 1, 1 plus Fib of n minus 2 means 2 minus 2. What is the answer? 0. So this is a function call and this is a function call. Function calling itself is called as recursion. Now what does Fib of 1 return? See here, in case of Fib of 1, what did it return? It returned 1 value. And Fib of 0, what value did it return? 0. 1 plus 0, 1. So 1 will be returned back and it will be printed as 1. Now what happens? Again, you will go back and we will print that value 1. Now I plus plus, I will be incremented and C value becomes 4. C value becomes 4. Now what happens is I value becomes 3 here. So Fib of 3 will be called here. Fib of 3 means Fib of 2 plus Fib of 1. Fib of 2 is again called as Fib of 1 plus Fib of 0. Now what happens? What is Fib of 1? 1 plus Fib of 0, 0 plus Fib of 1 is again 1. What is 1 plus 0 plus 1? 2. The entire value here is 2. Now it will be returned back and will be printed. The value will be printed. Now to understand this better, try to calculate at least 8 terms of Fibonacci series so that we clearly understand what recursion is and how the iterations are being held.